This is a different video from me today. It's not about Affinity Photo, it's not about iPad, it's not about Darkroom, it's not about AI, it's about my podcast. Yes, I have a podcast, and in this video, I'm going to tell you all about it. But before I get to the podcast, I just want to let you know my next video coming out soon is an Affinity Photo 2 iPad tutorial, so watch out for that. And even more exciting, the video after that is an update on my course. I'm bringing out a course, and just to let you know, there's two courses coming. There's two courses coming out on Affinity Photo, and in 2 videos time, there'll be more information about that. But today's video is about my podcast. In January of this year, I decided to start a podcast with my brother. In fact, it was actually New Year's Eve of 2022, about 3 or 4 hours before the new year. It's about running, but it's not a normal running podcast. Far from it, very far from it in fact. If I give you the title of the podcast, you'll maybe understand why it's not a normal running podcast. The title is Idiots Go Running. That's right, you heard it right. Idiots Go Running. It's myself, it's my younger brother, and you know what? We are idiots and we're going running. It does what it says in the tin, really, doesn't it? And although it's a running podcast, it's so much more than that. It's entertaining, it's comedy. In fact, a few people have called it a running comedy podcast. It's lighthearted. There's stories from myself and my brother, and I'll give you a bit of background into the podcast and why we started it up. My younger brother is 2 years younger than me, and in 2017, he was diagnosed with MS, multiple sclerosis, and he decided there and then to make a bit of a change in his life. He started eating better, he became a vegan, and he started running, and he really took to running. He took to all the other things, but he started running and he got a love for running, and he really changed his lifestyle. He started doing marathon after marathon after marathon. I've lost count of the number of marathons that Colin, that's my brother, has done. And last year, he attempted to run the length of Ireland. That's right, the whole length of Ireland in 9 days. He started at the very bottom of Ireland, the most southern point of Ireland, which is called Mizenhead, and he was going to run all the way up to a place called Mallinhead. He was doing the running, and me, I was in the van. I was the man in the van. I was getting all his stuff, all his food, all his nutrition. I was trying to be a support. I was trying to be an encouragement, and he attempted to run the whole length of Ireland in 9 days. Unfortunately, it didn't go quite to plan, and he wasn't able to complete that challenge at the minute, and that's a story for another time. But on New Year's Eve 2022, he wanted to do a bit of a challenge, and you know what? I was so inspired by Colin running Ireland, attempting to run Ireland, and all the running that he was doing, all the many marathons. I decided to join him for a challenge, and this is our year's challenge, our 2023 year's challenge. He wanted to run an ultra marathon every month this year. An ultra marathon, what's an ultra marathon, Andrew? Well, a normal marathon is 26.2 miles, and an ultra marathon is anything over and above that. So really, 26.3 miles is technically an ultra marathon, but really it's 30 miles or more, sometimes 40, sometimes 50, sometimes 100. And Colin, my brother, wanted to run an ultra marathon every month this year, and I decided to join him, not for an ultra, not for a marathon, but a half marathon. I decided to run a half marathon with him every month this year, and it's been a lot of fun, and we've been documenting it with podcast episodes. Why, Andrew, you just tell me about this now, 9 months into your podcast? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I should have told you long ago about it. I think maybe because it's nothing to do with Affinity Photo or iPad or any of those other things that I normally talk about in this channel. And you know what? If I teach all those things in this channel, running is something I don't teach. And if you listen to the podcast, I can't teach because I know very little about running. Last year I did a little bit of running, and that's what makes this challenge all the more interesting to me. I'm really pushing myself this year, trying to do as much as I can, and I've learned a lot about running and nutrition and gear and all that stuff, and I'm no way an expert. And if you listen to the podcast, you'll see a whole different side of me. It is a running podcast, but there's stories about myself, stories about Colin, stories about Northern Ireland, stories about us running. And it's a lot of fun. It's something we do at least once a month, sometimes 2 episodes a month. And I just thought I'd make a short video letting you know about our podcast, because if you're like me, you like to know a bit about maybe not every YouTuber you watch on YouTube, but things about their lives. What more do they do outside of their tutorials or their channel? And in fact, you learn an awful lot about me and my humor and some of the stories, as I say, in this podcast. It's been a lot of fun. And although the challenge for me is to run a half marathon every month this year, I'm doing something, well, idiotic, let's face it, on the 16th of September of this year, only a few days away. I'm running an ultra marathon race with my younger brother. Have I trained for an ultra marathon? No, I haven't. Have I ran a marathon distance before? No, I haven't. I am looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to it because I don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't even know if I'm going to cross the finish line, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. I'm going to have fun. There's going to be lots of stories along the way. And if this sounds like a podcast you might be interested in, there's a link in the description below. If you are going to listen to it, let me know in the comments below. If you do listen to it, let me know in the comments below what you think about it. Definitely not a teacher on this podcast. Definitely a student, and not a very good student, as you'll soon learn out. There's a lot of fun. There's a lot of laughter, and if you check it out, let me know, and I hope you enjoy it. If you're interested in that and you want to learn even more about myself and my family and my interests, I have another podcast. It's called the Goodman Podcast. Took us a while to come up with that name. This was a podcast I made in 2021 with my family, and it's really about me and my son and his interests, and it's more aimed at school kids and younger kids. Every episode is about a subject that my son Seth enjoys. There's an episode about Mario, and we find out information about Mario and facts about Mario, and there's maybe a Mario quiz in there, and there's sound bites, and every episode's different. There's an episode on Harry Potter and Power Rangers and different things like that, and that podcast hasn't been updated in a while, and I might come back to it with my family maybe next summer. And if you've got young kids, it might be a good family podcast for the car if you're going on long journeys or something like that. I'll also link that in the description below. So there you have it. Not one but two podcasts. Don't feel you have to, but if you do, let me know in the comments below or get in touch, and I'll look forward to seeing what you think about that. The next video coming out is going to be an Affinity Photo 2 tutorial. I'm looking forward to getting stuck into my tutorials again, and the video after that is about my course, or two courses that's coming out hopefully very soon. There's going to be more information in that video. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.